What's up? Today we are going to be talking about the law of attraction. That's the subject matter today. The law of attraction. I believe you have in your life right now what you have been focusing on most. If you don't like what you have in your life right now, change your focus. So that's the law of attraction. We have the power to change our lives by simply shifting what we focus on most. Now, there are some people who will say, well, there are some things that I have in my life that I don't want. And you have to really look at what you've been focusing on, because you may think that you haven't been focusing on it, but you have. Let me give you an example. There is a scripture in the Bible that says, the love of money is the root of all evil. Okay. So when you focus on money, getting money, you will do almost anything to get it. If that's the central focus, that's essentially what this scripture in the Bible is saying. That whatever you focus on most, you may not necessarily get that particular thing, but you may get something that's connected to it. How are you doing, Love Brown? So that's what we're going to talk about today. The law of attraction. Do you have, or is there something in your life right now that you're like, you know what, I haven't focused on this. I don't know why it's here. Right. Do you understand the law of attraction? Does it make sense to you? Do you know that you can literally change your life by simply changing your focus? Right. It's pretty simple. Fear knocks us off course. Unrealistic expectations knock us off course. When we begin to focus on the right things, things begin to line up in our lives. And that's what we want to talk about today. If you have a question, leave it in the comment section. I would love to answer any question you have. So please leave it in the comment section. What is the law of attraction, right? The law of attraction is, first of all, let's talk about what a law is. A law is something that you have no control of and that you cannot change. The purpose of a law, not the human laws or talking about natural laws, is to create something that was not previously created. A law, right? A law is designed to protect us, right? A law is designed to regulate us, to help us, right? And the law is also designed to protect us from not only ourselves, but from other people, right? Think about it. Why do they have speed limits on highways? Let's just talk about this human law. Why do they have speed limits on highways? Well, because they know if you go too fast, you're probably not going to maintain control on a pedestrian highway, and you can end up killing yourself or someone else, right? That's a human law. Let's talk about a natural law, the law of gravity. If you throw something up, it's going to come back down. Nothing you can do about it. How are you doing, 897? If you throw something up in the air, right? The law of gravity says it's coming back down. You may not want it to come back down. You may want it to stay up, but it's not going to stay up. The law of attraction is the exact same thing. As a person, whatever I focus on most, underline most, whatever you focus on most, right? That will come towards you. Whatever you focus on most. Whatever you ignore, this is the law of attraction as well. Whatever you ignore, do not give attention to. It will leave your life. So this is these are some very important points that I'm about to share with you. How you doing, Island Boy? Now watch this. What do you have in your life right now that you do not want? Leave it in the comment section. What do you have in your life right now that you do not want? If you wanted to leave your life, ignore it. This is very important. This is a very important point. If you want a hater to leave your life, ignore them. Don't argue with them. Don't battle with them. Ignore them. If you want peace in your life, stay away from and ignore people and things that are chaotic, that are out of order, that are just going crazy. That's how that stuff leaves your life. We have a question. What's the most effective way to change our mindset? Okay. Very good question, that girl. And here's the answer to that question. The way that we learn anything is through what we see, what we hear, and what we say. Your mind, your thinking is awaiting instructions, right? And whatever instructions you give it, that's what it's going to do. Okay? So the way you change your mindset is to change what you put into your mind. How do you put it in your mind? You have to focus and control what you see on a daily basis. You have to focus and control what you are listening to, who you are listening to, who you are around, and you have to focus in on what you are saying. Okay? When you do that, it'll change your thinking. And when you change your thinking, your entire life changes. So if you don't want to live a negative life, start to focus on, if you want to have a positive mindset, start focusing on things that are positive, not negative, right? Focus on the glass being half full, not half empty. Focus on what you have, not what you don't have. Okay? And when you begin to focus that way, everything about your life is going to change. So ask Tanya. You say you would like to remove pain from your life. You don't want to. What pain are we talking about? What kind of pain are you talking about? That girl says you would like to remove insecurities. What kind of insecurities would you like to remove from your life? What are you insecure about? Carnal senses. What do you mean? Ask Tanya. Carnal senses. What do you mean by that? Love Brown, positive things. So again, the topic today is the law of attraction that we have in our lives. All of us do. We have in our lives what we focus on most. We have in our lives whatever we focus on most. That's the law of attraction. So that girl says your eye bags and side profile being flat and underweight. Well, there are things you can do to change that physical part of your life. So 897 says, I would like to remove hurt like a broken heart. I'm going to explain to you what you need to do in order to do that. I'm writing a book on that subject. I can't remember exactly what the title of the book is. Oh, this book is going to be coming out probably December, could be as early as December or January. It's called Bandages for a Broken Heart. It is going to teach you how to get past any and all hurt in your life. Okay? And so I'm going to explain to you, 897, how you do that, right now, I'm just going to explain the premise of the book. I'm going to explain it to you in just a couple of seconds. What is a broken heart? Right? What is that? If we want to remove a broken heart, right? A broken heart is when someone or something has hurt us. Well, what part of us did they hurt? They really hurt our expectation. You're giving to someone, right? Let's say in a relationship, the expectation, whether you spoke the expectation or not, the expectation is that you will receive what you are giving. That's not always the case. You are not always going to get back from someone what you expect unless you clearly communicate what that expectation is. And sometimes when you clearly communicate that expectation in a relationship, you still don't get it. Okay? The person can tell you, yes, I will give it to you, and they still don't give it to you. And that will cause us to be hurt, right? And the more that expectation is unmet, the more times a person that we expect to do something fails to do it, the more painful it is to us, the more it hurts. Okay? So, how do you repair that? Okay? First thing is you have to take control of your own life and recognize that you have no control over anybody else. That if you can't accept them the way they are and live with it for the rest of your life, then you need to move on. Now, there are three that you have to focus on breaking, right? And there's an order that you can go in that helps to make it easier. I was in a relationship, person cheated on me. I ended the relationship and it was painful. There were three things that I had to do in order to make sure I didn't run back to that situation. Okay? And it was tough. It was very, very tough. Number one, you got to remove yourself from the presence of that person in every way. So what did I do? I moved out. I blocked every phone number. I deleted every text message. I blocked the person on social media. And I removed every person that was connected to both of us. I removed them from my life, from my social life, from my telephones. I didn't want anybody calling me, talking to me, texting me, or asking me questions about that situation. So you got to remove yourself completely from the situation. Okay, that's number one. Number two, that's the physical. You got to remove yourself physically from the situation. Okay? I know that some situations are tougher than others, and you may not be able to immediately remove yourself, but that's what you're going to have to do. This is what Bandages for a Broken Heart teaches you. This book that I'm working on, and that will be coming out. Number one, if you want to heal your heart, you have to remove yourself completely from the situation. Okay? This has also happened to me at work, right? I was working for a company. I told the owner what I was going to do for the company. I was doing that, and it still did not work out right. So I had to literally remove myself. I didn't want anybody that worked for the company, because what happens is when you leave the company, people are asking, what happened? What happened? I don't want to talk to anybody about it. I'm not going to talk to you about it. I'm not going to talk to anybody about it. When I'm gone, when I leave, I am completely cutting myself out of your life for the moment. I don't want to talk to you about it ever, right? So that's number one. You got to remove yourself physically. The second thing you have to do is you have to remove yourself mentally. Now, what do I mean? The reason why I tell you, the reason why I advise people, make sure you cut them off on social media. If you're following them or they are following you, block them. If there are people that you are dual friends with on social media, block them All of them. You have to block them. You may not necessarily be leaving that person's life for real, physically, the friend or the other family member, but you need to block them because you don't want to see any of the activity that's going on. Okay? Mentally, you cannot stay connected, because what will happen is old text messages you'll want to read. Every picture you have ever taken with that person, delete it. Get rid of it. Don't save it in a file that you can go back to later. Delete it. Get rid of it. You can create new memories. You need to if this is it, get rid of it. Every picture, every poem, every card, flowers, listen, gifts. If it was something that they gave to you that means something to you, get rid of it. You got to get rid of it. If you're serious about disconnecting yourself from this person, and don't let them know where you are. It ain't none of their business. So you got to remove anything that can bring back a memory of that person. You got to get rid of it. Bracelets, rings, jewelry, clothes. I don't care what it is. If it is going to cause you to relapse, want to go back, you got to get rid of it. Now, if you're strong enough to keep it, but not relapse so that your heart can be broken again, then keep it. But if you got to understand that when you see that picture, when you see that glass, when you see that post, when you see that card, whatever that is, it is going to bring back a memory. And that memory is tied to the third thing that you have to heal, and that is your emotion, your psyche, your emotions, right? So 3 things that you have to heal: the physical, the mental, and the emotional. Okay? The hardest one, and the one that is the toughest for us to overcome, is the emotional one. Why? Because we do not remove the mental stuff, and we do not remove the physical stuff. We don't remove it. We think that we're strong enough to not think about. Now, listen, we're creatures of habit. We like to do things that we like to do. And when we're doing things that we used to do with somebody else, it brings back those memories. And it's harder for us to rip apart that tie if we don't do what I'm suggesting, right? When we don't focus on those things, when we stop focusing on those things, we're talking about the law of attraction here. That's the topic tonight. When we stop focusing on the places that we used to go together, the things that we used to do together, pictures, cards, gifts, when we stop focusing on those stuff, what ends up happening is emotionally we become stronger, right? We begin to focus our attention on other things, and the memory of that person begins to fade away. Okay? So if you want to stop hurting from someone that has done you wrong, that's what I suggest that you do. And so here's another thing. Stop for a moment, and I would appreciate your support. If you click the link in my bio, there are ebooks that you can buy right now. Invest in yourself so that you can become a stronger person. One of the books is called Love Yourself, 15 Keys to Learning to Love Yourself More. That book was born out of the 3-year relationship I was in. I should never been in that relationship. I shouldn't have. Right? It's time to move on is another book in the bookstore. Right? 5 things that are happening in your relationship to let you know right now it's time to go. You got to get out of there. Right? Go to the bookstore. I would really appreciate your support. So that's how you get rid of it. You make sure that you get rid of that stuff. Listen, clothes and jewelry, you can get that stuff back again. One of the things that you have to try to recover is your psyche, your emotions, your mental strength, right? Because the moment you become mentally strong, you get control of your emotions, all of that BS that person was bringing to you and the people that are around you, around you and them will bring into you, it won't happen anymore. You got to get control of your emotions. And the only way to do that is to remove yourself physically, change your thinking regarding it, what you see, everything else, what you touch, and then your emotions will begin to heal over time. And then that person will be out of your life. I have not, in 8 years, I have not spoken to that person that did that to me. In 8 years, and it didn't bother me at all. Doesn't bother me now. I don't care. I hope they are happy. But they are out of my life. And that's how I got rid of them. Right? How can you move on so fast? That's how. How you doing, Mel? Okay. So, 897, I hope that helped. As Tanya says, physical, mental, emotional pain, making it extremely hard to focus. So listen to me. Remember this now, whatever we focus on most, that is what we will have in our lives. Okay? You got to begin to repair yourself physically, mentally, emotionally. The physical, obviously, is pretty straightforward, right? If there are some healing, some strengthening that needs to be going on physically, you know what to do there, I would imagine. The mental and emotional part of healing in your life will be a direct reflection of what you choose to put into your mind. Changing your mental and emotional is like feeding yourself. If you eat too much junk food, too many carbs, you're going to get fat and unhealthy. Okay? Likewise, if you consume too much shit in your eyes and your ears, whether it's on social media or other things or books, whatever you are consuming, if it is not helping to strengthen you mentally and emotionally, you are going to become overweight in a bad way, emotionally and mentally. So you have to really focus on what it is you are trying to change and begin to put that in your eyes, your ears, and your mouth so that your mind can change. And when your mind changes, your entire life will change. When your mind changes, your entire life will change. So if you're tired of the physical, mental, and emotional pain that you're feeling, that's how you heal it. So Stu says, I want to stop being so caring and giving. I don't think I know what you mean, but I don't think that's what you mean, really mean. You want to stop being so caring and giving to the wrong people. Okay? Stu, tell me if I'm right there. You want to stop being caring and giving to the wrong people. Okay? The first thing you need to ask yourself is, why are you so caring and giving to anybody? Is it for them or is it for you? Right? Are you giving because you want to show people you care? Or are you giving because by giving, you're showing them how much you care in hopes that they're going to give back to you? Right? All giving is not reciprocal. You're not going to get back every time. You're not going to get back what it is you're trying to give if the intent of the giving is not correct. Right? I'm giving this to this person because I want them to love me. Giving gifts doesn't make a person love you. It doesn't. Giving that person what matters to them will make them feel a certain way about you. But you have to really, really think about, ask yourself, why am I giving? So I'm going to ask you that question and leave it in the comment section. Why, in the beginning, why are you even giving? Why are you so caring and why are you so giving? Right? What is your core reason, your real reason for doing that? And I agree with that. So that girl says, focus on caring and giving to yourself. And that's for some people, that girl, that's a little challenging, right? I'm a giver too in relationships. And I don't give because I'm trying to get anything back. I give as a way to show my love, right? And I don't expect anything from anybody. I don't give a damn if you give anything back, right? I'm giving it because, now let me say this. I'm giving it because I care, but I want you to say this. Never give anything that you can afford to lose. Never give anything you can afford to lose. Give it as if you are never going to get it back. Give it as if you will never, ever get it back. That changes a whole lot of stuff. But if you give with the expectation, uncommunicated expectation that somebody's going to give back to you, you're probably going to be disappointed more times than not. Okay. Pink says, thank you. Oh my God. Thank you for helping me get rid of my old boyfriend. Good. How did I help you get rid of your old boyfriend? Is it through what I'm saying today or before? Family should be considered. In what way, legit? Family should be considered in what way? Family to me, right? If a family is, if they shit on you, right? To me, it's the same. I don't care who it is. I would never screw over a family member. But if a family member screwed over me, I'm done. I don't care who they are. Family does not get more chances than anybody else. Because family will screw you over just like anybody else. So you have to really, really ask yourself, what's important in my life? I have had family members who have crossed the line with me and they cannot come back over that line. Ever. You ain't coming back. No, because I will not give you a second chance to do what you just did. You should have thought about it before you did it. But since you haven't thought about it, since you thought that you can just do it and whatever, and I was just going, no, I'm done. I love you. You're awesome. I'll come to your funeral, but you will not be in my life. Some people might think that's wrong. That's how I feel and act. Okay. All right. A geographical change. Yeah, if when I say geographical change, and I think you're responding to something I said earlier about if somebody hurts you, you have to change you have to move, physically move. Yes. I don't care if it's down the street, around the corner, or in a whole nother country. If you want to heal the right way, you got to remove yourself physically, especially if you were, you had deep emotional, mental, physical ties with this particular person. In my first divorce, I was in marriage for 25 years, married for 28. And when I decided to move, I moved 10 miles away from where I lived because obviously, I want to be around myself. But I moved. I had to get by myself. Right? And it's very hard to heal when you are still around. Listen to me. It's very hard to heal when you are still around the thing that hurt you. It's hard. It's hard to heal when you are constantly and still are around the very thing that hurts you. Leo Wiggins, you got a question? Go for it. Ask it. Pink says, I gave it to charity. Pink says, when my ex gifted me, you donated it. I donated to the less fortunate. Good for you. Lyric, how do I deal with children that live with, how do you deal with children that live with you but not for you? If they're of age, 18 or over, put them out. I don't care if they have to sleep under a bridge. Now, I mean that. I'm not telling you anything that I haven't done before. Quick story. My ex-wife, my oldest son, and my ex-wife had a challenging relationship as he got to his 30s. And so she was leaving one state and moving to another state to go care for her mom, but he wouldn't move out. And he was disrespectful to her. So I told her, call the police, right? And I don't mind sharing this. It was good for him. Call the police. So that she obviously, as a mom, don't want to do those things, but she did it. And I said, these things are going to continue to happen until you put your foot down, until you are firm. I had conversations with him, told him you can't do that, didn't change anything. She decided to leave the state. She was renting a home, moved, she was gone. A week after she left, he was still there. She called me. I said, don't worry about it. I'm going over there. I went over there. I said, man, it's over. Right? I had already made arrangements for him to go to a shelter. This is my son, my oldest son. I made arrangements. You got to go to a shelter. Long story short, he spent 2 years in that shelter and changed his life. What's my point? Could he have stayed with me? Yes. Would that have helped him? No. It would have only continued to enable him. If you have children who live with you and they are of age, put them out. Let them figure it out. I tell the story about the eagle, right? The eagle, they're chicks, don't want to, reluctant to fly. The mother eagle takes the chick in its talons, go as high as possible, right? And then lets that chick go. And as that chick is going down towards the earth, that baby chick begins to flap its wing because instincts kick in, and then it knows that it can fly. The mother chick knows that. Too many parents enable their adult children. I ain't enabling nobody. I've done my job to raise you in a respectable manner to be a productive human being. If you choose not to take what you have been taught and go live your life, that ain't on me. That's on you. I love you and will support you and do everything that I can to help assist you. But you are not going to be disrespectful and be lazy and all that good stuff, right? It's just not fair to you or them or anybody else. You got to be like the mother chick. And if it's an adult child, you have to kick them out. Out. Where are they going to go? I don't know. They'll figure it out. They will figure it out. My son figured it out. He figured it out. And he's working and taking care of his grown self. They'll figure it out. If they are underage children, right? One, if they're under your roof, they should be respecting your rules. But if for some reason they can't and don't, give them to the other parent. If they are not with you, understand? All right. U.S. Golden says, thank you. User 791 says, how can you when you have kids together? I don't understand your question. How can you what? How can you, what, in your marriage or in your relationship? Tell me what you're talking about. I'll answer your question. Pinky, today I found better dates. By watching your videos, I got better dates. Awesome. Your videos help me get over my ex. Now I got a better man. I love that. When you get married, invite me. I'll come if I can. Today I'm in a good place. I love it. I got better dates because of you. Thank you. I only tell you this because where many people are, and I haven't been where everybody's been, but where many people have been, I've been there. I've been hurt. I have hurt people, and I've been hurt. I've been in challenging situations, right? I've been poor, meaning low financial resources. I've had a lot of financial resources, made well over 7 figures a year. I've done it all. I've had a range. Now my life, the purpose of my life, the reason why my life is here on this platform and other videos is because I want to share my experiences with you so you don't have to go through the exact same thing. Okay? That's the whole idea. All right. So Pinky says, yes. Pinky says, I made changes. Crypto says the 5 love languages. Know them and absolutely love it. And it's crucial when you're in a relationship. Yes, that's why I'm in a good place. Good. Thank goodness I got ghosted. Same before. Today I'm in a good place because I let go. Good. There is a book. Again, I want everybody to really listen to me. There is a book. You click the link in the bio. It says, it's time to move on. The 5 relationship mistakes. The 5 relationships, deal breakers that let you know it's time to go. There are many more. But there are 5 that are clear. If this is happening in your relationship, this is the question you have to ask yourself. When you read the book, you ask yourself the question, can I live with this for the rest of my life? If the answer is no, you got to move on. Is it hard? Yes. Is it going to be tough? Absolutely it is. But is it going to be best for you in the long run? Yes, it is. 5 relationship deal breakers that let you know it's time to go. You gotta get out of there, because you are not going to have peace. You're not going to be happy. Life is not going to end up good. It's not. So get that ebook. I encourage you. Go to the link in my bio. Click. You can download it right now. Some of the books are less than $10. Click the link in the bio. Buy the book right now. Right? All of them. Okay. Same with my brother. I'm happy I kicked him out of my life. Today I got a higher quality man. Good for you, Pinky. Today your dates are higher quality. Absolutely. You know, and it's funny, when we learn these things and we change the standards in our life, the expectations in our life, based on what we know and learn, what we're willing to accept, everything changes. Everything. Here's what I know about me. I'm a husband, right? So when I first started dating my wife, Ashley, I said to her, listen, you're beautiful. You're sexy. You're my flex, right? But I'm a husband. So if you are not looking to be married, I'm not the right guy for you. We can finish this dinner. We can have drinks. We can continue to be friends, but it ain't going to go no further than that after today. I'm not going to spend my time with you if your goal is not my goal. If the direction that you're trying to go in is not the direction that I'm trying to go in. Needless to say, she wanted to be a wife and is an amazing wife. But you have to make sure you get, right? You get in your life what you accept. You get in your life what you focus on most. I focused on a wife, not a girlfriend, not a woman in my life, a wife. That's what I focused on. I knew what a wife was for me, what that looked like for me. So that's what I focused on. That's what I end up getting. A lot of people don't focus on wives. They focus on having a woman in their life who turns out to be their wife and it doesn't work out. I did that the first time. Right? Spent 28 years in that status. Then I end up doing it again. 3 years. Wasted. Well, no. It wasn't wasted. If you learned the lessons from the pain, it wasn't wasted. So I had to go through 3 years of that pain to learn what it is I need to know to be who I am today. Okay? Lord Brown say, some say you're too nice, and when you're not nice, they're unhappy. Good. They don't need to be unhappy. Listen to me. They don't need to be happy. Your voice, no matter whether you're screaming or whispering, sounds beautiful to the right person. So if you're nice to a person, some people won't like you anyway. If you're mean to that person, they probably still won't like you. When you talk to the right person, whether you're mean, emotional, illogical, nice or not, the right person will get you. So I use that as a gauge to see whether that person is supposed to be in my life or not. Pinky says, yes, I'm invited to the wedding in LA. I love LA. Some great food down in LA too. So if I can make it to LA when you get married, you let me know. I will be there. And Pinky says, now my son is successful. Yes, he's on his way to living the life that he creates. Not one that I created through enabling. Not one his mom created through enabling. Right? He's self-sufficient. He's figuring life out on his own. He's making things happen for himself. You understand? All right. I'm in the 9th grade, so I can't move out. Should I change up my room? So, unfortunately, you know, as a 9th grader, you got 4 more years until you can be out. So, typically, if you're not a 9th grader, you're like 14, right? 15, something like that. You're going to have to grin and bear it, suck it up, keep learning what you need to learn. Your parents might be assholes. I mean, they might be, right? So, you just have to suck it up. And then when it's time for you to move on, you need to move on. At 18, you can make a decision to move on with your life and never look back. A lot of people do that, right? So as a 9th grader, just you got to suck it up. Can't go on your own just yet. All right. So you continue to come back to these videos. DM me if you have some questions about some things. I'll be happy to support you in any way, shape, or form or fashion I can. All right. If you're not following me, I encourage you to follow me. Okay, as Tanya says, repeat that, please. Repeat what? What was I saying that you want me to repeat? If you're not following me, click the follow button. I would be honored if you would follow me. And remember, it is my responsibility to make sure I'm providing content for you that is something that you can use that helps you. If not, then you need to unfollow me. And so 135,000 people listen to these videos here, and then there's thousands on other platforms. And I appreciate that. I do this because I will spend the rest of my life. My commitment to you, to every single one of you, is I will spend the rest of my life till I die. I will spend the rest of my life helping you get to the next level in your life. Well, Dan, how are you going to do that? Through content like this, through replays, through videos, through books, through speaking events. And if in my life, all I have been able to do is help one person get to the next level, then I have done what I was created to do. I'm going to encourage you, and I'm asking you, again, if you have questions right now, I'll be happy to answer them, but I want you to stop for just a moment, and I want you to click the link in my bio. Click it and go to the ebook store. If this has been helpful to you, if you have gotten something from this, if it is helping you to take a next step in your life, right? Helping you, then I'm going to encourage you to give and support by clicking the link in the bio and purchasing a book. I'm not just asking you to donate anything. I'm asking you to go get a book so that you can support what it is I'm doing and trying to help people get to the next level in their lives. That's what I'm passionate about, right? Doesn't matter if I'm tired. Doesn't matter if it's been a long day, and today has been, but I am committed to helping you get to the next level in your life until the day I die. Okay, so that girl says, oops, that was misleading. I meant like for geographical change to move on. My parents are good. Are you talking about geographical change? Okay, I'm still trying to understand. Are you talking about geographical change for you when you become old enough? Are you talking about should you move states or what have you? Is that what you're asking me? Because without you answering that question, if that's what you're asking, then the answer is yes. Because when you get away from your parents, from under your parents' roof and from under your parents' control, you will be forced to figure life out. You will be forced to. And it's a wonderful experience. I've been on my own, grown on my own since I was 18 years old. What do I mean? Mean I had no parental support from 18 on. And it's been a magnificent discovery of life, right? And when you're 18, just so you know, that girl, you ain't gonna know what to do. You're gonna have to try things, see what works, see what doesn't work. You're gonna make a lot of mistakes. You're gonna have a lot of successes. That's what I'm talking about. You understand? Christian Harmon says, you're awesome. I use your videos a lot to get going. Sending my best from Norway. Thank you very much, Christian. I appreciate that. Guys, listen. I'm asking you to support by clicking the link in my bio and purchasing an ebook. You can purchase the ebook and send it to somebody else by putting their email address in, or you can purchase the ebook for yourself, because I want to continue to be able to be a blessing in your life. I will spend the rest of my life helping you get to the next level in yours. This will replay on my YouTube channel and Facebook channel, Positively Speaking Co. on Facebook, and the Daniel Smiley on YouTube. But I will continue to come to you on this platform to share as much as I can to help you get to the next level in your life. And today we talked about the law of attraction. Tomorrow we will talk about something else. I will see you next time on the next live. I love you so much. Take care.